Let's try that again. OBS, you good? Okay. Okay. OBS is being really weird right now. Okay, I think we're good now. I tried streaming, and it just started going crazy with the bit rate, so restarting the application usually fixes it, but alright. This is gonna be interesting. So, here's the background right now. First off, I didn't do any streaming today because I had to have dinner with my father and brother, and we still haven't hit European Daylight Savings Time yet, so it would have started an hour later. So by the time they would have gotten started at 4:30, I had to go at 5:30, so that's why we didn't cover OFCRA, and I didn't cover POG because I was having dinner with my family. So apologies for no streams. I've had a lot of other stuff come up, but just to give a little bit of a status report in the scheme of things, cog file is done. I didn't stream the second half because I just bundled it with other stuff I was working on, like literally editing, I think now 700 gigs worth of footage, and it's just, you know, so I get in these rare moods, I'd say once every 2 weeks, where I just edit a massive amount of my own footage. This one was a lot of on the ground and PvP commentary stuff. I just need to now get it all front logged, and you've seen some activity on the main channel, for example, but yada da. But I mean, just because of how hectic this week has been, my sleep schedule is completely flipped upside down. I've been going to bed around like 4 a.m. and waking up at noon. I want to fix that, but at the same time, I need to just un-F my life right now. I thought I'd be done, but my tax consultant hit me back with a bunch of questions about stuff, and I've got more documents I got to go find, and it's just couple that with a bunch of other small things in IRL, and then I just got a bunch of extra commission jobs, and then the cog file took 6.5, 7 hours to make this week. But I've been just busy scheduling everything out for April at this point, so I want to get a massive step ahead of everything. So here's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to be on and off for the next 6 hours between streaming mission dev and doing little IRL things like recompiling tax documents, cleaning up my kitchen. I had to trim my frickin' hydrophonic system and completely redo it because everything started bolting because I learned a few lessons there. But
Goat Team 6. No.
One of the new things we got to do is actually, let me address this real quick. Harperius, thank you for the gift sub. It went over to Ozzyphos. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Doc Spy, how are you doing as well, buddy? I am going to basically use tonight to get ahead and get a bunch of other stuff done. So things I still need to get done is a write-up to Karma for what the mission's being done today. That's not going to be streamed. That's just going to be a breakdown to him. That's for the op this weekend. A garrisoning of the next TOC mission file, which is a Warhammer 40k file, and this, which is another commission job I just picked up, scheduled, great, awesome. And after that, the only other thing I can think of is next week's mission files, but I mean, that's going to be a future me problem. So the reason why I'm doing this instead of the POG file or the TOC right now is I need a palette cleanse because the COG file was just... that and the POG file, COG and POG, ain't that funny, are both very similar. So I'm throwing myself in this one, even though it's not going to be due till, I think, the 20th. But I just need something to palette cleanse. I can't sleep right now because my sleep schedule is effed, as I already said, Dwarf. So if I were to go lay in bed, I would not be able to actually fall asleep till 6 a.m., even if I take melatonin. So I'm just going to utilize how my sleep schedule is, and we'll go from there. Because that's all I can do at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and look at poll information about this operation just to put it in my head. Because the poll I put out in my Discord was basically talking about this op. 12 people, which minus me is 11. So 11 plus 10, 21, so I have to shoot for that, and then there's 29 quote-unquote tentative, which I don't believe a single one of those numbers. So if we were to say 8 out of that 30 and add it, so that's 20 plus 10, so 30 slots, including Zeus slot. So I'm thinking 8-man squads, nothing fancy, because I have a lot of cool ideas I could do for this, but I just don't see the player base existing for it. So I think it would be easier if we just did... Yeah. I know what I'm going to do. Alright, so let's build the player base kits and then build up Op4. I'm just going to use spawn template defaults, and then we'll build some positionings around and then maybe some additional positionings. But I want this to take no more than 2 hours. Which I know I always say it never really happens, but you know, I can try. So how do I want to do this? Do I want to utilize CDLC, or do I want to just... I'm going to make my own shit. Okay. So... let's work on what we got. Let's have a ground command. Let's have a platoon marksman. Which, you know, if I'm... we're not going to do a platoon marksman. I am just going to put a mortar gunner down and call it a day. And we can just vary up the kits instead. Like the specialized drills, but we'll actually build them into the specialized slots. Okay. Sorry, I thought I heard footsteps upstairs, but I think that's just my music. So, Officer 2IC. Debating if I want to do a third slot, but if we're crammed for space, I think these two can operate a mortar and command just fine. So we'll put that there. Do I have... Alright, U.S. Army turrets. We have an 81 millimeter, and then they've got bipod stuff, so we'll put that by them. But I like to do vanilla templating because it just makes things easier. Squad lead. We'll make the 8th slot the changeable slot, just because, again, easier, but... No, I'm going to do 3 squads and a weapon squad. No marksman. Alright, let's do auto rifleman. Rifleman. Team lead. And normally I'd like to do like 12 or 15-man squads, but that's going to be too much, all things considered. What do I have for AT? Is it only the bazooka, or do I have AT grenades as well? Because at that point, I mean, we could also just do a grenadier roll. But let me see what we have. We've got the German AT grenade. And I'm looking for... I don't see a US AT grenade anywhere. Which then again, I guess we didn't really have them. We just had the other rifle stuff. But I mean, if they're having a full-on tank supporting them, then yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, the Brits had it, I know. Okay. We're gonna do a grenadier then. I'm gonna do a grenadier and engineer because there's some engineering aspects, but I don't want to give it to an entire team because it's just not worth it at that point. And then a medic. Which I guess at that point I should also have a platoon level medic for redundancy, so we'll go ahead and throw that down. And then... machine gun assistant. the only choice I really have is to do a medic. And then AT, and assistant. I always like to be redundant on the gun instead of the assistants because I just don't trust the players on that. No offense to them. So that'll be the built-in redundancy there. And then we need a tank crew, and then I need a plane pilot. And the reason I use vanilla kits is because no matter what happens on a server, the vanilla kits will never break, and if they do, it's tied to whatever modded stuff you put on them, and it's just a good habit to get into, because let's say you use units from a mod, but then that mod changes and completely restructures their units, all of that unit data is lost to the new build. So you're screwed. And you're going to be making custom kits with haste anyway, so use it or lose it at that point. Okay. Now what I need to look at is tanks. We do an M10 tank destroyer, an M18 Hellcat. We could do a Sherman. Late Sherman, which has the 76 barrel. Which actually is that, yeah. An M4A1 Sherman, which is the most modern, or a Calope Sherman with the artillery. Artillery is going to be useless, unfortunately. We could also use that as a direct, but I feel like that gives the arty crew too much power. And that would cause them to blitz ahead. I could think of so many reasons to have it, though, but I'm honestly thinking one of these bad boys. And the reasoning is I do like the heavy support weapon. And I also like that it's exposed on the top, but I need to see how much the crew is, because I'm looking for a 3-man. But some of these are all the way up to 5-man. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. But I don't think these are World War II tanks, so you're gonna have that high crew on anything. And then they do have that frontal machine gunner too. So I think I'll just go with my gut and go with the 5 people in... We'll do the heavy boy with the MG. And then planes, I mean, obviously it's going to be the Thunderbolt. For that one cast pilot. But alright, let's have a look and start designing everything. Okay. Debating. Sometimes I just need a second for my brain to pause and catch up with my own actions. Because I've already been working a lot today. Anyhow, we're on AAF still. We don't want to be on AAF. We want to go into infantry. Oh, God, that was a weird render. Here's my question. Do you all have the same base uniform, or is that going to change? So they have a uniform back in here, but what's the difference between that and the first lieutenant? They've got the markings on the collar, but there's no load difference, right? Okay. Now to be funny. Okay. So now I just need to basically find all the generic versions of everything. I'll stylize it later. But this is so I can just build a basic kit of everything involved. That way, when I put a template down for everything, it'll be easier for me to adjust. So we'll just stick with the M1 helmet. I think I saw 1943 on that. Yep. So we'll stick with that for now. And I'll leave it to... yeah. So let's make a generic kit for everything involved. Oh, that's a good question. Do we have any Spearhead radios compatible with TFAR? Yes, we do. Okay, cool. They've got radio and... okay, but it's set to GUIR, so as long as I keep everything encoded, then that should be fine. All right, good, 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 good. Okay, so basic uniform is literally just going to be for medical. And then they want to do my meta. Okay, we got some decent space with that. Let's see what else I can do. I will probably need to keep room, though, for everything. I know I'm going to have to blood bag everyone because there's limited gear. But we'll have to stick to 15. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Is there anything else I'd want a template on every single kit? Yeah, I'm going to use vanilla smoke grenades, no offense, but when it comes to kit packing, I appreciate how big these things are, and I get they're clunky, but at the same time, I need to prioritize what'll work. So I think 2 white smokes on everyone and then a single frag would be good, but at the same time, how big are the frickin' M2 grenades? Good God. So I might have to just do 1 white and 1 fragmentation. That's going to be it, and that gives me a little bit of extra room for medical. Which I can either... yeah, I mean, 4 bandages doesn't really give you that much, so we'll go with that. So that gives everything that to start with. Okay. So these 2 are going to have the exact same kit. We're going to do an artillery range card on them, but first I need to give them something that's officer-esque. And then a backpack as well. So let's get through that. So we do have the assault jackets, and that does give them a good amount of stuff. We want to avoid the landing, because I think that's paratrooper gear, if I recall correctly. And then we also have these, which I would love to do, but again, could be big. So this is carbine with a radio, and then we have an SMG with a radio. I want SMGs instead of carbines. Team leaders, I don't mind giving the carbines, and the squad leaders the SMGs. One second, Valk just messaged me about another op. Not for about a month, but the quicker you can get it to me, the better, so I can front log things better. Plus, I'll pay you in advance if you can get me the work in advance. Speaking of, I think I need to pay out Valk for this month too, but I'll look into that. I think I need to... oh, no. No, I've paid her for last month. I haven't paid her for this month yet, but she handed me the second file. So yeah, I can pay her out. Cool. All right, that's fine. And then we need the backpack, and then we'll put a Thompson on this kit and then see where we can go. I'm not going to do anything fancy like a 1928 Chicago typewriter with drum mags, because the space of that's also pretty big. All right, one gives a bandolier, which gives a little bit more backpack space. I want to focus on the backpack space. So we need... Thompson. Oh, we don't even have the 1928. That's kind of funny. They didn't really use tracers. Vietnam used a lot of tracers, but here... yeah, we'll see how things go. Alright. This music's giving you flashbacks to our Stotska ops. That's because this is our Stotska music, and I thought it would just be fitting because, you know, I had to design a bunch of German defensive positions, so hell, why not? Let's see. For officers' sake, how much ammo? Wow, that's not a lot of ammo. I mean, I guess I could make... I'm going to give him a mobile respawn, Vic. and that's going to be up to command to keep track of. So, if that's the case, ammo doesn't necessarily matter in terms of making sure they have enough kit to do the entire op if I give them mobile resupply. Still, that is slightly concerning. Also, they're going to need artillery range cards if I'm going to give them access to that mortar. I believe that's tools. And then we don't ever do the 82, just do the basic artillery, and that'll get them done. And then they're going to need map tools to set up the azimuth and everything. And I'm not doing any marksman, so the range card shouldn't matter. They have a no mass version of the cyber tools. That's cute. That's actually really useful because sometimes, you know, you just can't fit everything in the damn kit. I think the plotting board can also be used for artillery, but let's just keep it to this. I'm not going to put wind mass down or anything for him. I can give him a cell phone, though. Just call up Nikolai and go, hey, did that already hit? Ah, whatever. Rest. He needs his 1911, though, right? Also, I am doing melee, because melee is fun. Will it insta-kill you? Has a rare chance to, even if we set it properly. But hey, that's part of the fun. That's why they get the respawn vehicle anyway. Is it under? Yeah, it is. Oh my god, there's only 2 pistol choices. Jesus. Alright. Yeah, that gives him plenty of ammo. Alright, and then we'll cosmetic him out, so this guy needs the first lieutenant marking. And then the first lieutenant marking here, second lieutenant for the 2IC. Because technically a platoon would be in charge, or have a first lieutenant in the charge, and then a second lieutenant as the 2IC. Or is it a captain in charge? No. Damn it, I can't remember. I think sometimes, but... No, now I'm blanking on my own doctrine. Whatever. Yeah, and then we got the golden cuffs there. Alright, medic will be interesting, because I've got him in 3 places, and I just misclicked. Alright, so... let's put the target marker on him. There we go. Now every German knows to shoot him. One second. I'll be getting the Garrison for the TOC file done later tonight, comma, I'm currently working on a different commission job for Spearhead, comma, but yours will be next on the docket, comma, then I'm going to be doing a pay-for-pain stuff thingy, yeah, comma, you know. Valk has the same type of awootism I do, so... No, and they get more room out of that. Because they're a medic suite. It's a winter jacket, though. But I don't see any... Okay, we got the field medic kit. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. Yes, it's the winter jacket, but it gives him more room for additional medical, and World War II mods, even the CDLC, are a bit notorious for not giving me enough room to give proper medical that I can give in every other op. So am I going to get complaints about this? Yes. Do I give a shit? No. Because I have to do a job and make it as practical as possible, and people like to bitch, but at the end of the day, I have to make my ops practical. And I don't give a shit about realism if it's going to get in the way of me making an op proper, so... yeah. Plus, I'm going to do a carbine. And then give him a knife secondary, because he has it on his side thingamajig, so... what is that, an M3? I think that's an M3 knife. Yeah, because then you got the German one, the Russian one, the M3 is the American one, so that should be fine. Yes, this is papers, please. Glory to our Stotska. Okay. Because, boom, that's only the 500 milliliter bloods. I haven't even done the frickin'... Yeah. See my problem? I need purple for Maskaz indication because comms are already going to be super freaking limited. Oh, I didn't do binos on the commander and the 2 IC, so I got to go back and fix that. Ah, don't you love mission dev? Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, I forgot to do that. Whoop. Let's see how screwed I am on the medic side for the backpack. He doesn't even have a medic dedicated backpack, so... Oh boy. Oh, they come default with entrenching tools on the backpack? That's cool, but I don't 100% agree with that option. That's a good amount of backpack space right there. Yeah, so the engineers, that is quite nice. You got a pack back with mortars that you can carry extra stuff on, so that's quite nice. So I'm just going to give him this and call it a day. Okay. Sweet. And then they should all come with medic perms by default anyhow, so that should be fine. Ugh, okay. Actually, no. No, because if I remember properly, these compasses don't have the exact mill dots of the other one, and I need those for azimuth bearing for the mortar team. So I'm going to keep the vanilla compass. No offense to the modded one, but for a practicality standpoint, I don't really want to mess with that. And again, that's just one of those choices where, look, I'm trying to make a mission here. If people have a problem with it, they can go play somewhere else. Alright, now I need sergeants. NCO would also work. I would prefer an SGT, but... Do I have an SGT here? No. Because the NCO can also include the team leader. Because corporals and above are technically the NCOs. Yeah, so I got the private one. There we go. This is a field uniform. So yeah, I'll stick with that, and then the commanders can have their own fancy schmancy thing. PFC is also nice, because I can make that into the specialized roles, and then the other guys get the other field uniform. That's fine. Alright. You better believe I'm giving the squad leader a Thompson. Not giving him a handgun, though. He gets the knife. Hell yeah. Because he has it back there. He doesn't even have a pistol holster, so why would I give him, you know, anything different? And then, since he's the SL, I gotta give him the radio. Because here's the thing about RTOs. RTOs are nice. I'd love to do RTO stuff, but unfortunately, you need a bigger community for RTOs to have that extra manpower. And that's only possible in things like milsims and whatnot. Sorry to say. That's just how it is. And that's just from a practical standpoint. Can I do a grenade instead? Nope, they're too big. Alright. Red, green, 2 nades, extra max. I'll give you binos. And that's everything. Now that I think about it, the officer should probably also have that ability to differentiate on grenades. Let me take out a few mags and... deal with that, but I'm only giving that ability to leadership. That's mainly for air. Alright, auto rifleman is going to be different from the other guys, so let's get the bar out. Yeah, I'm putting all the fun stuff on the bar. And I am making him fire... Oh, we don't have Tracer. Or maybe we do and I'm just blind, I just don't know. Maybe it's an armored piercing, but yeah, whatever. Alright, so I want a PFC for you. Because I think the regular ones don't have the private marking on them, so I'll be the rifleman. Oh, and don't get me wrong, I know what each class is supposed to have weaponry-wise. But... and I'll stick to that, because I still want there to be, you know, some resemblance of what we've got, but... I love how we don't have a knife holster on this guy, and I don't see a handgun holster on him either. Sometimes they'd give the bar gunner a handgun to work with, but, you know, knife it is. Mr. Knife. And since he doesn't have an assistant, I really just have to load him with this shit. I don't think there's anything... I could just give him ammunition. Oh, that's a lot of ammunition, buddy. Could also just give him a standard backpack and call it a day. Or I could just double bandolier him. Hell yeah. Well, let's see what it comes out to if I give him 2 grenades, 2 smokes, and then load him with more. Yeah, not much, but he's decked out. It's good enough for me. Oh, no, there's only the NCO helmet. Alright, rifleman. This is where it's going to get fun. Ping! No, come on, where's the dedicate? I mean, yeah, it is. And you got the knife right there. Never mind. Ding! Realistically speaking, they don't even need that much either. I could do a double. Yeah, well, let's see what I can fit on them. So what more would they need? It's just... yeah, they're specifically labeled as Tracer. Yeah, I think he's good. But I could totally just deck him out with more grenades. And I'm not sure the white phosphorus is lethal. And then I'll give him a bit of backpack space, because he's already got plenty of ammo, you know, just let him loot. Go have fun. Do a crime. You just have the standard field uniform there, yep. Alright, this guy. This is the fun one. I need the NCO helmet. I need the corporal. Yeah, we don't want the rangers marking. These guys are just gonna be standard infantry. And then carbine. Yeah, F it. The only people that are getting the handguns are like the tank crew, the pilot, and the officers. Screw the enlisted. Jesus. Yeah. Am I going to be nice and give him binos, though? Yeah, F it. More eyes for the fire teams. I think that's fair. But let's go ahead and go with his gear. Oh, yeah, no, you're going to be fine. You get tracers, though. I'm not heartless. I'll give you some tracer ammunition. We'll do a 1 red, 1 green, just to fill his kit. Yeah. He doesn't even need that much room here. Because he already has so much, you know? But, yeah, it should be fine. Alright, now we have the Grenadier kit, and this is where... Didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what repercussions that's going to have. But if I recall correctly... Wait, what has... Are there no rifle grenades? Am I misremembering? Because I could have sworn there were rifle grenades. No, wait. There we go. Oh my god, I was about to go, where the fuck? And then you have to leave and rejoin. I might have to go to the other arsenal to get these. Because this is where I'm going to struggle to remember where the hell... Yeah, I'm going to have to get them out of here. And I do not remember what the hell they're called. But I know they're somewhere in here. That's the German one. Oh, you piece of shit. There they are. Alright. You get the big backpack for this one, Chief. I forget what the M6 Bandolier is for, but you know what, at this point, it don't matter. So I'm gonna give him the 18 there, and then we're gonna we're gonna do the Mihoy Minuy. Let's go. Hey, gee. Those are mortar shells. No, I was just looking at an HE one. Oh, incendiary. Oh, because they call it frag. I'm gonna commit so many war crimes. Alright, I'm gonna take the grenades out of there because I want to give them some of the rifle smoke as well. Especially this to call airstrikes with. M6 is for rockets. Well, guess what? He figured out he can put frickin'... He can put rifle grenades in there. And you know what? I bet you there were people that did that, so... I'm doing it anyway. Alright, and then we've got the engineer monkey. Oh, yes, the engineer monkey. I need a tech sergeant uniform. Yeah, there we go. Let's go, technician. So that's a Garand with engineer stuff and a pair of nunchucks. Excellent. Okay. Well, I don't have nunchucks to give him, so I can either give him a rod. But that's for... Yeah, that would be a Garand. And besides, this will give him enough ammo to, like, do whatever. $10 and 10. 2 white smokes. And I think this is built to literally have everything on the kit. I want 2 frag, and then we can just 9 and 9, call it a day. And now I gotta figure out what's a really nice backpack to give you. Ooh la la. We'll see if that e-tool thing even works. Yeah, no, I mean, that'll also be fine. Let's see. Toolkit, which I have to be very careful here. Getting other DMs for stuff. I'll deal with that later. I don't even know if those will be needed. I'm just putting it in there as a thingamajig. Is there no detonator, or is that just put in here? Right. Okay, but where... Detonator. Detonator. How does... Are they fuses? You'd be right, but then where are the fuses? How does IFA as a mod... Well, I mean, hell, it's sorted by mod, and there's... The only SPE things are down here. So is it the sapper tools? Hold on. I'm going to place something down and then see what I need to unplace it real quick. Oh god, well, kit bashing should hopefully be done soon. We're 43 minutes in, and then I need to spend the second hour building all the defensive positions. I don't mind going a third hour for this file, but yeah, c'est la vie. Okay, explosives, place. What the fuck are these things? What does that mean? What do those mean? Those are vanilla ways, because I don't have any way to diffuse it after that. Okay. So, question then. If I drop you... I can still defuse it. And I still have the other two options. So I think these are the vanilla ways to do it that I can't override. So I'll just have to make a note about that, alright? Though I did just learn something about tweaking the Finamajig, so... that's fine. The sapper tools are pointless, it's just for show. I'm gonna call him a sapper, though. Okay. Now the fun guns. What? No. I was about to... wait. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I was about to go, bro, where the frick are my boxes? Where are the box guns? Please tell me you didn't remove the damn box guns. Why would you do that? Now, the real trick is A4s or A6s. I'm going to go with A6s. A4s would be fun, though. But you wouldn't be able to hit shit with them. Yeah, okay. And these are all PFC dudes, man. These guys would get 1911s, though, because that's just how it works. Alright, so do I have a 1919? Oh, God, no, that just puts everything up. Okay, no, we do have a 1919, cool. And they do have a pistol holder on the side, which is nice. Okay, and then we do need backpacks for them, because it's a freaking... it's a machine gun. And then the spotters are going to need binos, too, now I think about it. Going to be very limited on their defensive grenades, though. If I can find where they went. It's because they're not sorted by mod, that's why it's throwing me off. Yeah, it should be good enough. Yeah, I'll make him a grenadier. F it. Because that means he'll have less space for weaponry anyway, so we'll throw those down. We'll throw these down, put his ammo in. We'll also have him do tracer capability. And then I don't do weapon overheating, because that... the spare barrels are too big for it. Like, if it was a defensive mission, then sure, why not? But for offense, eh. Where's your ammo? Where's the ammunition? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Pavecat, how you doing? Always a pleasure to have you on, buddy. Hope everything is A-okay with you. It is 30-06 ammo. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, okay. How heavy are you? Yeah, okay. And here's the fun thing about the missile specialists. They're literally just riflemen, but with bazookas, and I changed their backpack out. There we go. I think it's because they had like a grenade in here or something. Yeah. Yeah. And then the assistant is literally a copy-paste, except I change the backpack type to this. And then I try to remember what the hell I just put in his thing. Yeah, there we go. Ha. See, the really funny thing is, let's see if they realize they can use their tracers to, like, hit a target so that the machine gunners can notice what the hell they're shooting at. Right? Great question, too sleepy to answer? Fair enough. Any news on Arma 4? Since I can talk about it right now, Spin, no. Once you ask me that question, I tell you I can't talk about it, that's when it's coming. Because that's when we all have to sign NDAs. But based off of my estimates, because I was able to properly predict Reforger before I was NDA'd, it's going to be a while. Because the project I knew was coming, I originally thought was Arma 4. It turns out it technically was, because it's meant to be a tech build, or a test bed for it, but based off of that now, and in with, whatchamacallit, with their timetable for Reforger, it's going to be a hot second, so I wouldn't hold your breath. Just as a reminder, though, if I do get NDA'd on something and I tell you I can't talk about it, please don't pressure me, because they usually are watching me, too. And if I say anything, then they send John Arma to my house. Do you know what happened last time they sent John Arma to my house? It's because I kept talking about SOG Prairie Fire stuff. John Arma came, he massacred my tomato plants, and stared me down and drowned my goldfish. Okay? I really liked my goldfish, and he just looked at me and drowned him. Do you know what that does to a man's psyche? So, yeah, I can't leak anything. I'd like to, but I don't want to see that again, man. That was already traumatizing enough. Fucking drowned my goldfish, man. Driver and gunner are going to get handguns. Commander's going to get the other thingamajig. But in order to do this right, I need to... Snapping that child's back, goldfish, jeez. The snapping of the child's back, goldfish. The freaking... That play on the words, Jesus. No, what are the frickin'... There's American tanker stuff. Where is it? Those are the flight helmets. Where are my U.S. tank helmet? Why are there so many... Jesus Christ. There they are. You know they're supposed to cover your ears so you don't go deaf, right? Flying nuns, that's cute. I did that on purpose. I'll give that to the commander, because, like, he's got camoed on top, which is kind of cool. Let me see if there's anything fancy. Yeah, that's kind of it. Okay. So I guess the rest are just base suspenders and everything and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. I usually do driver, gunner, then commander, so I'm just piecing that together in my mind. Let's go ahead. Driver, gunner, group these guys together. They're going to have the same exact kit, so let's do that. Do I not have a standard 19? What about a pistol holder? They're both German. What? Okay, we'll just do that for the sidearm. You know what? When in doubt, I'm an idiot. When in doubt, we just literally... Oh, you have nothing. Oh. Oh, yeah, and they had grease guns. Duh. But yeah, they've got no uniform. Doy. Do they all have grease guns? Yeah, because it was either grease guns or handguns. So, no, I'm giving the commander a grease gun, then. I'm such an asshole. All right. But I need the holster to give them some pistol ammo, and I need to give them a sapper backpack so they can have the toolkit to repair their shit in the field. So, yeah. What's, like, the smallest backpack I can give you? That'll fit a toolkit. Yeah, good enough. Well, this will allow me to at least... Yeah, we'll load it with smoke grenades and all this other funny stuff. If I remember the designation correctly, I do. This thing was super cheap to make, that's why it literally looks like that. Also, I love how in Fallout this is labeled as the 9mm SMG when it really fires 45, yet they have a 45 SMG, that's a Thompson. If you take the, That's Fallout New Vegas, though, but still, I find that funny. Because there were other 9mm they could have made, but nope, F it. Anyway. You know what? No. You're gonna get a knife. Is there just a knife holster? M3 holster? Or do I'm just gonna, nope, F it. Alright. And then he's gonna get the backpack, like the other guys have. And then I'm gonna toolkit him. And then he gets nothing. Well, and then I need to bino him too, because he's the commander that'll be turning out, but still. Yeah, I know there were 9mm conversion kits, but yeah, no, they weren't common. And they were not... That wasn't for World War II, at least, so... Completely blanked out. It's because I'm looking at the wrong category. Alright. I'm totally going to put some random minefields down. I'm giving no one mine detectors, because at this point it's a matter of... Watch the road, dumbass. Oh, that's so mean. No. Okay, I gotta... No, I can't give him a single mag. That's a little too mean, even for me. Yes, I know I'm an asshole, but... There, that's better. It's just good business. Alright. I'm gonna replace these. And then we got the pilot. Alright, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be lazy here. Because I can. He's a frickin' pilot. I mean, the only thing I'm gonna do is give him medical so he can heal himself in case he actually does get shot, but... I'm gonna be an ass. I'm gonna make his plane a... I'm gonna make it an 8-minute respawn, because if he gets shot down, it's viable to then... No, I'll make it a 5-minute respawn, but I want him to play Siri. And if he gets to the command vehicle, it'll teleport him back to the airbase. I'll build that into the command vehicle. Because I'm giving him a parachute, yeah, so... He'll be fine. Let's give him some smokes, though. I'll give him a blue. He's the only one with blue to indicate that he's pilot. So if any player sees that, they should know, hey, don't shoot that chucklefuck. Alright, cool. Yep, and we just passed the hour mark. That's fine. Alright, now the really fun part. Naming everything. I don't know how to spell lieutenant. It's a difficult word, okay? Don't judge me. Rifleman. Well, Tex, I mean, you guys have that fancy thing that comes up that, you know, gives that little red under it. If you spell it wrong, you can right-click and put it in. I don't have that. Of course, I could just copy-paste from chat, and then it tabs me out, but, yeah. I'll just keep the Rifleman there. Grenadier's fine, Sapper, and then... If I had a bigger player base planned, I would instead have a... Here's the two things. If I had, like, if this was MCO quality, first off, I'd have a second tank crew. I'd probably give a Sherman. I'd have a second plane guy. I would have 3 rifle squads, a weapons squad. I'd make them squads of 10. And then I'd have an engineer team dedicated to clearing the road for the tanks and being a frontline group. And then I'd have a dedicated mortar team in the back line. I would have a marksman in the command team to keep them in line, but give them 2 marksmen to basically take pot shots at things. And it would just be a small-scale MCO. I could also give it another 2 rifle squads and put them under the direct command of either ground command or a ranger team. Or I would have 2 squads of 10 each being French resistance and have them raiding targets in the back line like artillery positions. And then if they didn't raid them in time, then it just became a lot harder for the players. But they could also coordinate with the aircraft to bomb areas, too. No, they're set by default. Because that's another reason why I use vanilla configs, because they're all set properly with Ace, so he's already set as a medic. That's another small thing of why you always use vanilla, because vanilla is already calibrated with the base mod set of the game. But there's so many benefits to that. So with that, Baker... And then it's still Charlie. What's Delta, though? I'm just going to say it's Delta, F it. Actually, no. There's a cheat sheet. Animated briefing. You got Abel, Baker, Charlie. Where's Delta? Oh, it's Dog. Okay, yeah. No, I can... That's why I check. Dog, and then Easy's going to be the tank. Cool. What the dog doing? keyboard's a little jank. Unpopular opinion, I actually do appreciate the assistant slots, because you kind of just get to sit there and watch your gunner, like, horribly fuck up, and you're just like, bro, do you need me to take charge? No? Okay. You just get to be a brat all up. And you know what? I think I just outed myself there, so I'm going to shut my mouth. Alright. I'm getting a bunch of piled on DMs here. M18 Hellcat. And since these are presets engineers, they should already have repair perms, which is fine. And then they should have a radio built into the thingamajig anyway. Cool. And that is an Easter egg for me. So the group that commissioned this op were all in the OG days of the Prince of Pleasure in 40K. So they all will understand that reference. Most of you will not. And that's okay with me. Because it's a good reference. Crazy batshit psycho. Huh. Yeah, I'll let them change pylons. F it. Let's see. I'm gonna need those. I'm gonna need these. What I said it was gonna be 300 seconds. I'm gonna state at 60. And then I need to set a respawn vehicle. The one issue I'm going to have is the amount of people that can be stored in it. So if there's a group that respawns, they'll get thrown to debug. So I don't want to do any of the fancy ones if I'm going forward, so I might be forced to do an M3. However, if I want AA defense, we'll also need one of these, but at the same time, how many people can fit at it in the same time? I think it's going to be up to 5. Which theoretically shouldn't be a problem. The one issue I have with this is how does the AA gun rearm itself? So at that point... I would only need that if I'm planning on doing enemy air support, but do I need air support? Or do I just rely on the P-47 doing the air support? Or I just give them limited ammo and make absolute sure they only use that. But then I can just put one back at base. Okay, alright, no, I'm just talking myself through all the options. We're going to do this. So I'm going to have that, and then that back at base, and then here's what I'm going to do to field all this properly. So this is going to be a full-on triple R Vic, and I'm going to have it in a few different areas. So I'm going to put 2 down for now, not respawnable, because then I'll break them. This one will be respawnable. The only issue is... No, I'm not going to make it respawnable because then that's going to break the other fancy stuff. We're just going to have a backup at the airport. The one issue we're going to have with it is having to put all of the munition and equipment on it, as well as medical. So the easiest way for me to clear it would be to hit that button, and then open up the Control-Shift-I interface. Can you kill Wraith? So, here's the thing. You mean Wrath? Not Wraith, Pave, but I digress. I know, I will get to the 40k file. I might take a break before I get to that, or I might not, because I feel like I'm on a roll, but I still have like an hour's worth of work to do on this file at a minimum. I just want to get completely done and shipped and set. But I digress. Starting next month, I will have an option for you guys to crowdfund more 40k ops, which will also mean Valkyrie will get more work. But we'll talk about that a little more when we get there. That's going to be kind of the last week of March, but where's the fuck? Oh, I don't have 3 to none, do I? I don't. That's why. All right, 1 second. Let me reboot. It's kind of important that I have that. I haven't noticed because I haven't started doing Garrison work. That's why. Idiot. I have to reboot. Slaanesh. Yeah, she's coming back. In one form or another. But that's going to be mainly up to you guys to crowdfund it. We'll get there when we get there. But I think that's a great way to, since people keep asking me for more 40k ops, I can do them. It's just I put them under the commission side, and then, you know, I'll be able to pay my mortgage. Because I'm trying to just transition more into paid work, because I'm going to be honest, guys, and this isn't me tooting my own horn, but I'm self-employed with this stuff, so it gives me a lot of time to work on mission files. I consider myself really good at it. There are people better than me, though, especially Valkyrie is very, very good at making AOs. I could do what Valkyrie does, but it takes a lot of fucking time. And on some of the missions, she literally spends, 4 to 8 hours building. I'll spend an additional 4 to 8 hours just building the damn Garrison work on top of that. So it would double the size of my AOs to even build in the first place. I mean, hell, it's already taken us over an hour just to kit bash for a single fucking op. So imagine me having to do 7 to 10 mission files a week, 7 to 10 mission files to kit bash. That's 7 to 10 hours of work in the week right there. So wherever I can optimize and, have people under me do work for me, that would be great. I'm going to be honest, Valk. I did think about outsourcing some of this work to you. And now that I talk about it out loud, I might actually still consider it. Because I'm going to be honest, I would much rather... Because this is due on the 20th, which is in 28 days. Yeah, because you worked on me for official Spearhead stuff, too, which was actually really fun. But I could either spend another hour or 2 building stuff, or I could just have you do it, and then I handle the Garrison work as usual. But I'm also thinking that out loud. That's only if you want to. But, to give you a break from 40k if you want it. Yeah. And we got to test out all the ambient modules and everything before it was officially released, which was great. Well, yeah, fun fact, you work for me, I get you in on all the fun stuff I get to do. Just, sign the damn NDA and don't blabbermouth it. At least publicly, because then I get in trouble because I represent, or anyone I bring in is under my wing. There we go. That's what I've been looking for. So let's see. See, I love this menu because I can just do this. Oh, they do have a carbine. That's funny. Let's just do 100 of everything. And then bazookas will obviously limit, but Garand's all put up a little bit more. And then this one I'll bump up to 200. Now we'll do 250. Grab your shit and get out. There's no age. What? Am I dumb? Well, I know that. Oh, it's because they have it under a different category, don't they? Of course they do. I'm not giving any spare. Well, fine. Do 20 max of that. Just in case anyone wants a spare freaking knife. I can't find the 1911, so. That's gonna be under machine guns. What? Or did I spell it wrong? Which I probably did. Let me know if I forget anything, by the way. The mortar, I'm just going to put under crew serve weapons so they can just manually take out for the other gun, which I just realized I need to set it. We're not storing 100 rockets in here, though. I'll do 50. I feel like 50 is fair. Fair enough, Falcon got case. I'll keep working on it, because why not? F it. It's meant to be a palette cleanse. I forget, do we even have... Oh, yeah, no, they got the frickin' copycats of the causeless. Because they're both double-barrel shotguns. I literally think they're just remodeled off of the vanilla shotgun, but that's just my opinion, man. Let's go with grenades. And then we need to do all the fancy schmancy ammo anyway. I'm only going to do 50 grenades, because that one, yeah. I'll do 20 purple... Because you never know when the chuckleheads are going to get mass cast. And then the rest being white. No, we need to do the green and blue, green and red. Blue is reserved for the pilot. I don't want anyone else fucking around with that. Do 40 and 40. Even though I can 100% guarantee no one's going to touch them, but, you know. I put them there to just say, hey, guys, you know you got smoke grenades, right? Well, yeah. You know I've been putting smoke grenades in the kits for years, right? Well, yeah, but... You know you friendly fired like 20 times, but, you know, if you threw a green smoke grenade, that could have stopped it. Well, yeah, but... Can you tell I've been doing this for a long time? Ah, yes. How many bandages? 0. 0 bandages. I know. Rifle grenade adapter ammo, too. Yeah, so Wrathful, again, as Valk said, but here, hold on, watch, 0. Oh, it goes back to 100. Technically, it's 1,000. How do I put it? The Spearhead CDLC team reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to make some Zeus missions for them before it went public to do some testing with the Zeus interface, and I told them sure. And I was looking through everything. I was looking at my own schedule, and I'm like, this is going to take me a hot second. But at the time, I was also starting out my working relationship with Valkyrie. I've known her for a lot longer, but I'm like, oh, I could get her on this. So I asked him, because the community manager is the same manager as Vietnam's. Whiplash is his name. So I already knew him quite well. So I asked him, like, hey, could I bring someone else on board who is a kick-ass mission dev that would really help me, like, iron this shit out and get it out easily? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I sent Valk the paperwork, and then she got an email with the key information to download everything. And we just worked on it and kept our mouth shut about it. I recorded the footage of me running the ops, and then when the mod went public, we published everything on the VOD channel. From the gameplay of the campaigns to the private missions. And of course, that was all charity work from me, because I like the exposure, I like getting my hands on stuff early, and I like testing stuff, but, you know, that doesn't make me a lot of money, but it's also good exposure, because it's working with all the other people that do private testing, and that has led me into other gigs, similar to working with Karma Cut. That's all free work, but it exposes me to a lot of people, and then when they find out, oh, this guy made the mission, sometimes I get offers on, you know, other stuff. I mean, the mission I'm working on right now is because we did, technically it was a paid job for TOC, but I was paid in a sticky toffee pudding recipe from a buddy of mine that I've been asking for years, which I guess prices that recipe at $150 by me, so, you know. I'm gonna put spare range cards in here too. And a banana. No bananas, F. And then let's get the rifle grenade ammo, which is probably gonna be buried in here somewhere, so let's just scroll down. Yeah. Flamethrower gang. I would totally have a flamethrower team too, but yeah. Alright, I'm trying to think. That looks good. Is there any other weapons? We got the carbine, we got the Garand. The mortar's going to be handled through reserved weapons, loading the ammo out. Bar is good. Let's set the attributes of you under the options. Set them as a medical vehicle as well. Cargo space I'm going to set to 8. Because I believe you are either going to be 2 or 4. You're 2, so that's fine. One thing I do want to do, though, is have 2 mortars and set them as respawnable assets. Yeah. Okay. Now the fun part. I need to be very careful how I do this order of operations to idiot-proof it. The first respawn point you put down is going to be the one used by default. So I'm going to sync that to you. Set this as respawn Vic. Green for infantry. The second respawn, I'm going to put... there. The third respawn's gonna go to the airbase. I'm gonna put those in big, bold letters so we can laugh at them if they do it anyway. Okay. So I can't copy paste because that'll then reset the order of the respawn points. I'm just going to drag these over to wherever they're supposed to be, which I'm way off. It's over here. Okay. I'm going to put the infantry behind the vehicles in case people are having issues spawning in, because otherwise they're going to clip into the vehicle and cause it to fly off. I've seen it before. It's really funny until you realize that's going to cause the vehicle to have to respawn and take everyone's freaking time. And then I need to put the respawn markers in open areas, because if I were to put it in here, for the half second where the respawn, the Vic spawns in there, it's going to spawn in, explode, and then move to that position. Which is why you have vehicles randomly explode. It's because they're clipping into shit. Also, you need to make sure it's on a position that's not hiding anything. Like, let's say I wanted to put it here. Even though I put a hidden module down on it, it would still respawn in the tree. Because the server's just detecting the tree's still there. It's just then hiding it server side. Fun facts with Liru. And then did I not have a spare vehicle? No, there she is. So I was about to say, like, bruh. And then that's to rearm this vehicle if they really want to drag it back. Okay. Now let's do settings. Custom. That checkbox is super important. I'm debating. If it's going to be possibly respawn on position, I'm going to have 30-second respawns because I'm a dick. And it's not like that's going to punish anyone overtly anyway, because vehicle respawns are double. The tank's 60 seconds, and the plane's going to be 5 minutes. So that's not bad at all. But that's basically just to prevent people from instantly respawning and charging back into the wave. Or, you know, waiting for medical because they have a respawn Vic. I'd set it higher, but usually 30 seconds is the sweet spot for shit like that. At least in testing various communities. And again, that changes on the community, but yeah. Alright, we're going to go through every setting. Oh my freaking god. Yes, and then I need to save that over the World War II because that's still broken for some weird reason. Not doing advanced ballistics because that's... yeah. Not doing advanced vehicle damage with the CDLC because that doesn't always work. Artillery, disable the computer, not enabling wind resistance because it muffles things too much. Allowing the compass and allowing the ammunition handling. So this should have crew served weapons set by default. Handcuff on side, require, yeah, blah, blah, blah. That can be done anytime. Casings. I'm gonna disable casing, so it's just one less thing to manage on the server. PBO bullshit is fine. I've got a way to set that. Cook off, we're gonna keep disabled. Crew served weapons is preset. Ammo handing, players only. Because I don't want to deal with other statics for that. Because AI handling it is a bit of a pain. Not gonna deal with fortify, G-tool, goggles, grenades. Yeah, explosive conversion's fine. Where is Ace? Ace hearing's off. Yep. Map. I'm going to disable blue force tracking. I can turn it on and really idiot-proof this. But at the same time... no, I want them to be smarter. I don't want their hands held. I mean, if this was a super casual thing, then yes, but the community that's asked me to make this op, I know can handle something serious. So I'm going to put it to their standards. All right. Map tools all client side, yep. Medical. This is where it's going to be fun. I'm going to bump this up to 12 because there's no body armor. So 12 will at least make them take a chest shot or two. Headshot, they're still down, though. Cardiac arrest, though, because there is a respawn vehicle. AI unconsciousness. I'm going to be putting statics down, so I'm going to turn that off. And then we're going to adjust these slightly based off of the round. Flubber nugget. Speed these up slightly. That's funny, the Zeus gets a treatment time. Oh, you can turn that up now. That's neat. 65. Hey, Wrathful, I appreciate the $5 spot. And I appreciate it, man. I'll put that down. And if you see that donation goal up next week and you don't see your 5 on it, please shoot me a message and I will make absolute sure that that gets put on it. Because I am forgetful. I literally have, oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticky notes on my desk. Nope, 8, 9. 9 sticky notes on my desk. 10, there's one buried back there. All with PvP commentary timestamps because I'm still behind on the PvP commentary stuff because I have such a massive freaking front log on it. And I was trying to, there were like up to 15 2 days ago, and I've been trying to get through all of it, but it's just a lot. But I'm working through it. But I appreciate the $5 spot. I will make sure it goes to it. Just, I need to be reminded later. Actually, no, toolkit because they are going to have that. Allow repair engineer only. Yep. Oh, no, I see what it's repairing. So we'll do 50 and 50. No, because that means they can then repair it to full. This is a math equation. No. We'll stick that as is. Location-based training, spare part, none. MISCs requires a toolkit. Part-time repair, we need to set this so people don't set it to their own personal client sides. Yep. And then I always lower that a little bit. One thing I will do for global settings is, yeah, just because I don't want to deal with ranges, especially with the plane, because that's just going to be a pain in the ass. And then this is all LR stuff, so we can just, I mean, it's literally going to be all squads and then the plane. Air can take them on 5-5 if they want to, but yeah, it should be fine. AI here, let me just make sure my little special turned that fucker off. Yeah, no. Fuck you. Never turn this on. Because it makes a lot of staticky, clicky noises. Because it don't turn on. It'll drive you nuts. It'll make you think your headset's dying because you'll keep hearing this like static and clicking and bullshit when people speak. It's annoying. Trust me. Give it another like 2 or 3 years to be refined more by Deadman Miller or whoever the heck is working on that one, but just be careful. Alright, server settings. Because we're doing melee, and there's something very specific I need to set in here. Players use fists, dodge with rifle, possibility of execution upon killing, send unconscious. That's what I'm looking for. Can friendly units hit each other's melee? No, because people are stupid, and the AO is very effective. Will AI use bayonets in CQC? Can affect FPS? No. Yes. Distance in meters where AI will melee charge. I'm going to do 3 meters. Don't need to worry about stealth stuff. And then this all doesn't matter. Yeah. And I think that's all I need. I can look at crows real quick. Not going to worry about medical HUD. Pin box I want to enable because that's always something nice to have. I'm going to look at the surrender icon because that's... AI will surrender if you get them in certain situations. I just got to look into that. Yeah, that's all fine. Overheating's off. Good. I mean, that... I'll be nice because it's really hard to keep track of each other, but I mean, we're going to have DUI on in the mod set anyway, but it's fine. Alright, that shall be set. Let me just save that on. Wow. That's an hour and a half on all that. Lovely. Well, yeah, Prince of Pleasure, a.k.a. Azorus or Zatoth, or... I think those are the 2 personas I play, but those are literally just meant to mess with them. And it's funny as shit. You know what'd be funny? I don't have it loaded. I'm gonna check if it actually has some built-in... I don't think it does, but it would be really nice if it did, and it's worth me checking if ZEI has some built-in templating for Spearhead buildings. Last update was in 2022. When did Spearhead come out? It might have some. I doubt it, but it might. Worth the look. But yeah, after we finish this stream, I'm definitely going to go take a break and clean up the kitchen. My aunt gave me a hydroponic system. A small one, it's a let pot. And I finally decided, it was my first time trying it out a month and a half ago. I grew a batch of various different leafy greens for 45 days. I have great advice for anyone that ever gets into a system like that, but you gotta make sure you don't grow it too high up, otherwise it'll start making everything bolt, and once they start bolting, that starts making the greens bitter. So I realized they were bolting, and I cut them before they could get all bitter. But Time Wolf, 1 year left in your contract. Great, man. Are you gonna... I'm assuming you're going to leave the army. Are you gonna then go into private contracting, or are you gonna switch to security domestically? I'm asking for my own curiosity's sake, because everyone that is usually in your shoes usually are gonna go do something else. And I'm just curious. Leave it to a guy making Arma 3 missions all day. I like to strike up conversations. Helps me with my sanity. If you're even still here. Go into a civilian job? Nice. Good luck to you, man. God, I know someone that did Army like a decade ago. Then he did some pretty lucrative contracting work for 5 years. And then this asshole in October bought up a fuck ton of Bitcoin and then sold it 2 weeks ago, and now he's a millionaire. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do with my life now. And I'm like, good luck. Enjoy it. But he's annoyed because I talked to him about taxes from time to time. I was like, bro, I'm going to have to pay taxes on all that, aren't I? I'm like, yeah. Have fun with that, dude. All right. Here we go. We'll know it works immediately, and if it doesn't, it'll come up with an error log here. So, moment of truth. Fuck. Yeah, all right. Nope. Now, I'm curious, is that just on that building, or is it anything, period? Yeah, no. Let's set... Oh, it's that part right there. Nada. Damn. Well, maybe there's a civilian. Nope. That mod saves me so much damn time, especially for making karma cutoffs. I mean, well, karma cutoffs are now super trench warfare heavy, and now they take like 7 times the time, but I digress. Alright. What do I want to do for the chateau? I'm going to put a debug unit down. Yeah, that I won't need any sandbags on, but... Ugh. Definitely want to build up other sandbag areas. Ugh. The issue is I don't think it has window-based sandbags. I think that's more so for... Yeah, we got the gun port one. I think that's it, though. Alright, well. Hold up. Let me go put those over there. But there's one thing I need to template real quick, because otherwise I will forget about it. Because when you're making a mission, your brain goes in so many different freaking locations, you sometimes forget about everything. Alright. Real quick. I need to go grab a line of code from my master list of code sheets. And I accidentally just tabs in, accidentally clicks the X key on the notepad, and Notepad++ gets effed. How's the other one doing? She's fine. She's just sleeping upstairs. But righto, time, Wolf. Appreciate all your content getting me through being at the career for a year. Nice. Well, I'm glad my autistic ass could help you out. I'm just here to entertain at this point. Love my job. Doesn't pay as much as it used to, admittedly, because YouTube is YouTube, and, you know, I just look for other fancy ways to get paid out these days, but... It's fine. At this point, I just enjoy what I do, and nothing can stop me. I mean, who else is going to make mission files at 2 in the morning Eastern Standard Time? That's been my life for the past 3 or 4 days, good God. All right, fast travel to staging point. P-47 should be good. That should be a 300-second. Fun fact, if you're going to set individual respawn vehicles, you don't need to set this number. If all of your vehicles are going to be the same thing and you set it in here. If you set this, do not set individual timers, because otherwise everything is going to respawn twice into itself and blow itself up. And don't do that. Don't do that. Rough with COVID. Ugh. Yeah. I had COVID once. It was alright. Just kind of ruined a vacation for me, but it happens. Alright. Now let's go ahead and start sandbagging. Here's the issue. I forget what World War II mod has like this. This is what's annoying. I don't really have the sandbags to block off all of this stuff. Oh, really? You're gonna pull that shit? Alright. AKA, I just gotta get fancy with it like that. And the reason I'm doing that is basically to stop the tank from just outright shelling the rooms. I'm still gonna put some rooms down, but... like all the first floor rooms... I think the tank could just outright blow this building up too, which would be kind of funny, but... back rooms, I don't really need to fortify either. The fuck? Here, watch this. And then I can take that gun port one. Huh. No, what? Oh, I copied the wrong number, that's why. You still get shot in the corner. Come back and put a freaking... oh, no! Oh, no, Liru, yes! So let me explain why this is, like, the worst thing I could potentially do. I'm gonna path... no, I'm not gonna path lock him, I'm gonna move lock him. So, path locking means they won't move, but they'll still spin around on their position and get 360 coverage. Move locking means he won't even move his feet. He will constantly look at this direction. If he detects an enemy, he'll just automatically fire. It's horrible. Was saving these for DayZ sound bites. I'm going to go back to lurking. I appreciate it, Time. I don't know why it didn't just come up. Because the donation message came up for Wrath. But I don't know why the bits didn't just come up, because they share the same bot system. But nonetheless, thanks for the 1,000 bits. I think those are tied to Twitch, too. I just don't know why. Yeah, alright. Thank you, bot gods. Really cool, but I appreciate it nonetheless, Time. Just Twitch sometimes glitches out. So anyway, if someone runs up the stairs, they're going to immediately get burned to death. This is evil. Don't do this. This is if you really hate your player base. Like, if you want to insta-kill them. That's what you do. Anyway, I'm now going to pretend I never put that down and then be shocked when I find it in the mission and laugh at everyone. Look. I never said I was gonna be nice. You know? Shit happens. It's just how things go. I'm just a wee-woo doing wee-woo things. I'm gonna have to repath them though, because everything else that gets stuck here is just gonna be set. Oh, I can put a sniper monkey in here. Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. Or I could put a spotter. All right, chat, I'm going to let you guys decide. Should I put a marksman up here, a machine gunner, or a spotter and tie him to a mortar? So either type machine gunner, marksman, or spotter. Chat, you get to decide. How evil am I going to be? And while I do that, everyone wants the spotter. I'm going to set up sandbags so he can climb up on top. Little ramp. Is that even going to be... That might not even fit. Please fit. Yeah, and they just climb up here. Where's my radio monkey? You know what? He could technically be both. He has the radio. Why not just give him what he wants? Okay. I now need a mortar position back here because I'm being evil. Is there a way I just have, like, regular curved sandbags, or do I have to stick with these? It's kind of annoying. I don't have any simple curves, so I can't just make little mortar pits. Unless I cut into vanilla. Alright, so Radio Monkey is going to need another Radio Monkey over here. I'm going to switch him back to a regular rifle. Ah, yes, regular rifle. Blast from the past. Yeah. Liru's evil. Hey, welcome to Spearhead. Get pack 40'd. I don't know. I feel like, at the same time, I would want a longer kill zone. Like, I would do it all... Yes. Much better. You just came up the road? Pfft. Get pack 40'd, idiot. Damn it. Is there an inventory? No, it's just... it's just prop. Alright. F it. Chowder! Pass me the MG42! Don't I have a corporal with an MP40? Wow, they're really only giving that to frickin' assist squad leader. That's fine. You know what's going to be really funny? When they just bomb it to the ground anyway with like a 1,000-pound bomb, and it's like, oh, okay, I just spent like an hour garrisoning all that shit. That's all U.S. Army shit. Why am I putting... Oh, my freaking god. Liru, learn to read. Wait, no, but that's... Did I use the right text? Oi. Yeah, no, it's German. Yeah, okay. So I have to say, am I being stupid? To which someone in chat would have just said, but Liru, you're already stupid. God, I've been abused by what's that too much in my life. Good God. Santa Claus chimney. Wait, so where's the... Oh, huh. Weird. A flam raffle, man. Yeah, I don't want to put AT grenades in a building, because then he's just gonna do stuff. Put a 34 up here. Hey, what did I just... Okay, machine gunner assistant, that's fine. I'm debating. Is that the only half-tracker? Where's the wide-open half-track? God, I forgot how limited this mod is. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I got into some debates about this mod. And I'm gonna be honest, I think I've misremembered just how much is not in this mod. To be perfectly honest. That should have technically kept you, right? Yeah, okay. But I wanted... No, I probably want you standing. Nah. Yeah, there's no Soviets, right? It's literally just one area of war. I don't want to have this conversation because I don't want there to be a dev listening, but... Again, it's great work for what it is. I just hope they add more content because it's missing that. I do remember some frame issues with the map and testing, though, so I'm debating. But you know what? I think at this point, it's 2 hours of dev. I'm gonna just pass this off to Valk and see if she wants to add anything to it. And then I'll come in with a fresh set of eyes and re-garrison. Because usually when I hit the 2-hour mark on a file, it's good for me to then just take a step back, because otherwise I get, you know, boggered down. And I'll give it a week. If Valk wants to touch it, she can. If not, I'll just spend another stream. But again, this is due on the 20th of April, so it's already made great progress. But anyway, I am going to take... Yeah, and then using these trenches this way would require me to grab Deformer, and that's way too much. Yeah, we'll get there, we'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get a write-up of this mission. I'm going to then get a write-up of COG stuff, and then I'm going to... trying to think. Then we're going to come back, and we're going to do some Garrison work on the TOC file, and then I'm going to grab the... we're going to make the paper paint. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Go operate operationally. I'll be back in probably an hour to hour and a half, so it's 2:30 right now. I'd shoot for 3:30 to 4. And otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Go operate operationally.